Okay.
That's the one. Okay, that's the one.
So in this example, ladies and gentlemen, the main important thing, again, I just want to at least represent to you my thinking process when I'm doing any type of problem with Pythagorean theorem. I always like to just go back to my geometry days, at least when I was teaching geometry, and I just say, hey, label the hypotenuse first. It's just the one thing. You don't want to get it confused. I know that's my hypotenuse. So therefore, these are my two sides. And again, as I mentioned before, I don't think of it as a squared plus a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I just think of it as side squared plus side squared equals hypotenuse squared. OK, you can use x, y, and z. You can use a, b, and c. It doesn't matter. A, b, and c is really easy to remember, but it doesn't really tell you which is which, right? You just got to remember c is the hypotenuse. So you guys can see here's a leg, and here's a leg, as we designated that as my hypotenuse. So I have the square root of 5.
Does it matter which side you do first?
Nope. OK, so the square root of 5 squared is basically square root of 5 times square root of 5, which would be the square root of 25, which is just 5. Or you could say square root and squaring undo each other. They're inverse operations. So that gives me 5 plus x squared. And then 3 squared equals 9. Then I subtract 5 on both sides. And I get x squared equals 4. OK? Now, we need to take the square root. But remember, we're introducing the square root, right? So when you introduce the square root, you always have to do plus or minus. But there is a little caveat with this. The square root of 4 is plus or minus 2. However, ladies and gentlemen, what is the context of this problem? The context of this problem is the length of a triangle, right? Or the side length of a side. So since we're talking about length, we can't be negative, right? So it's only going to be the positive value. OK? So we're not doing positive negative anymore. It's just the context of the problem is length. So therefore, we're only going to use the positive because you can't have a negative length, right?
I thought there was more to it.